Phantom again says, sometime you guys have to do a show on crappy 80s comedies. I was watching Night Patrol not long ago, and I swear you guys mentioned that one time on a show for Linda Blair. Yeah, I think Uncle Bill, you're the one who mentioned that, if I'm not mistaken. The Night Patrol.
Yeah, there was a ton of those like that, though. And we watched a couple of them, too. Not just Night Patrol, but like shit like King Frat. I know you remember King Frat.
Yeah, there's like, I have, mainly when I was a kid, I would rent horror movies, but there were a couple of other exceptions there. There were the shitty, like, 80s comedies like you're talking about, like the Meatballs movies, the sequel. There was a sequel to Meatballs. I think it was Meatballs 3 that had Patrick Dempsey in it, right? And he was visited by the ghost of a dead porn star, and she was trying to coach him into becoming, losing his virginity or something along those lines or whatever. And then like the a lot of the Cheech and Chong movies were, King Frat, Delta House, whatever. There's a lot.
There was a million different like Animal House ripoffs in the 80s too.
But the other genre, though, and I know you're with me on this as well, was those shitty 80s and 90s martial arts movies.
Oh God, American Ninja and Ninja 3: The Domination.
There was Sho Kosugi had a American shit ton of, he had like Pray for Death. He had 9 Deaths of the Ninja. You also had like the Kickboxer franchise, Best of the Best, those Best of the Best movies.
It's a good movie.
There was a movie called Kumite, right? Wasn't there a movie called Kumite as well?
I think that was there was a movie called Kumite. I don't remember if it was a sequel to something, or if it was just a standalone movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, that was like most of the ones that I watched, though, when I rented them, I always just looked to see if ninjas were in it or whatever, and that was usually the ones that I would rent. But
one called Pray for Death. That was another one too.
Yeah, I think Arrow Video's got that on Blu-ray, and that's another one that's crazy cheap. But the most legendary one that I remember as a kid was Ninja 3: The Domination, because that kind of mixes horror and action ninja goodness. And Lucinda Dickey is in it, who that's another staple, was those breakdancing movies and shit back in the early 80s.
Do you remember The Last Dragon?
Yeah.
And fuck that guy. What was his name? The head guy. God.
He was also in I think the same guy was in Revenge of the Ninja as well. He was like he was a black Bruce Lee kind of. I can't remember his name. His
name in that was Leroy, but I'm talking about the guy that's like the evil head guy that's always going.
Greg Caldwell said his name is Show Nuff.
Show Nuff, that's right. Yeah. Am I the baddest? Show Nuff. There's that whole speech. Oh, it was awful, but great. And he glows at the end, like golden kind of glow when he's doing his like kung fu or whatever, and ends up defeating. They just don't make shit like that anymore.
I bought to resell the other day VHS of Bloodsport 2, right? And I think it was called Bloodsport 2, The Last Kumite, or The Next Kumite, or something like that. The guy on the front of it, I guess he's the lead in the movie too. They just essentially hired a Jean-Claude Van Damme lookalike to star in the movie. And the weird thing is, Pat Morita is actually in the movie as well.
What?
It was like in 1996, I think, is when it came out. And I was thinking about it, maybe even watching it, because they made like 3 or 4 Bloodsport movies.
Yeah, they did. Like, oh wait, did you say Bloodsport movies?
Yeah, this is Bloodsport 2.
Okay.
The Next Kumite or something like that.
I've never seen any of the Bloodsport sequels. I didn't know they had a Bloodsport sequel. I've seen all the Kickboxer sequels. I don't know why, but I have all those.
Yeah, I actually like the second Kickboxer movie too, but after that, like, it just becomes almost like a cop crime type a movie or whatever. It's not really much about kickboxing. It's more about like Sasha Mitchell running around with a little gun and shit and chasing after people.
It progressively gets worse, I have to admit.
A special thank you goes out to our supporters on Patreon. The Patreon website has a complete archive of the Dead Pit Radio shows starting way back in 2005, in addition to all of the midweek shows archived, commentaries, all that good stuff. If you're interested, and we appreciate all the support, go to www.patreon.com/Into the Dead Pit. Tiers start as low as $1 per month.